For a board interested in succession planning, they need to take 5 steps to ensure a complete process. So first we identify the candidates, and next the timeline. Then we're ready to look at what skills will be needed, not just today, but really at that succession point in the timeline. And then step 4, we're ready to evaluate. I think these evaluations will give great information. You can take a person who's very charismatic, a great leader of people, but they lack business acumen or technology acumen. And then you have the other candidate who is the smartest person in the bank, but they've really not had an opportunity to lead people, or they haven't had any coaching on leading people, which is step number 5. You want to have a coaching plan to go through the succession process so that you can close those leadership gaps within your timeline. The succession planning process for the CEO should be driven by the board. Then the CEO has the responsibility for succession planning within that C-suite, being mindful of the person who is moving up to have a succession plan for their current role. A good assessment can really help with your succession process. You want to start with a profile like DISC, Enneagram, a Big 5, something that will show you a leadership profile on your candidates. Then you want to calibrate that information. Qualitative research, interviews, just to make sure that you have calibrated the information, but also you might find some more details in there. Then I would take a look at your performance reviews and specifically look at your organizational rating compared to your candidate rating. If there is a discrepancy where your candidate sees themselves as more value than the organization and you have a lengthy timeline, there's a good chance that candidate won't be there at the time of succession. We like to add one more piece to our assessment, and that is the performance intelligence readiness rating. This is confidence, focus, winning game plan, competitiveness, and self-discipline. The score lets us know your readiness to win. There are 2 plays for coaching within succession planning. The first one is with internal candidates. You use coaching to close those leadership gaps. Ideally, this would be a 3 to 4 year process. You come in, you start an initial coaching relationship. The relationship is key here. Once that's established, then you can push out the cadence of coaching because you understand the winning game plan, and then annually you would do a coaching intensive to make sure the game plan stays the same. For external candidates, we like to partner this with search. So you're getting to know the client, you're understanding the candidates, and then you can really accelerate the onboarding of that new placement. But in addition to coaching that placement, you're also working within the organization to make sure they're ready to follow the new leadership. People ask me about the gaps that boards have when they're addressing succession planning, and I see 2 areas: timeline and mindset. On timeline, it's almost as if people don't want to start the conversation, or they've had the conversation, they have a timeline, and it gets pushed out. With mindset, we see this all or nothing. Either I'm going internal and we're not going to have any help in the assessment and evaluation, or I'm going external and I'll bring in a third-party search firm to help. I believe there's a combination to that which produces better results. If you have an internal and you go external and then throw them all in the mix together, what you come out with is a really confident decision.